Hello, YouTubers. The new Time Travel Jaime 88. I'm back with another Doctor Who DVD review. This time, we're going to look at Doctor Who, The Awakening. Yes, this is a wonderful, fantastic story. I really love it. This review was requested by Kelly DeSaggio. Thank you very much for the request. Anyway, this two-part adventure originally transmitted on January 19th and the 20th, 1984. And let's begin with the plot, shall we? The plot begins on July 13th, 1643. Two forces came to the village of Little Hobcombe during the English Civil War and destroyed each other. As the story begins, Roundhead, a riding horse in the village of Little Hobcombe, with little regard to the villagers around them. Is not 1643, but 1984. A schoolteacher, Jane Hampton, is convinced that her fellow villagers, led by the town leader, Sir George Hutchison, has taken their reenactment of series of battles too far. Hutchison trying to assure her that the games are harmless events to celebrate the war. When Hampton acts to stop the games, Hutchison ignores her. The Doctor promised to take his companion Tegan to 1984 so she can spend some time with her grandfather, Andrew Varney. And he set the coordinates to Little Hobcombe when Varney resides, but the TARDIS experiences some turbulence and lands in what appears to be a structural unstable church. The Doctor, Tegan, and Tolo watch on the scanner to see a man in the 17th century clothing flee from the church. The Doctor dashes out to help him, but the man is vanished. Tegan is convinced they have landed in the wrong time, but Tolo has checked the TARDIS coordinates and they are in 1984. As the Doctor and his companion pursue the man, smoke blows from the crack in the wall. Eventually, the three travelers are captured by Captain Joseph Willow and taken before Hampton and Colonel Ben Wolseley, who apologize for the poor treatment. Hutchison arrives and explains the town is celebrating the anniversary of the Battle of Little Hobcombe. He urged him to join the celebration. Tegan is told her grandfather is missing and runs outside. The Doctor follows but loses her. Tegan is upset, is crying when someone steals her purse. She tries to get it back and runs into a barn when she finds the ghost of an old man. The Doctor returns to the church and meets a 17th century peasant, Will Chandler, who emerged from the wall. He has been hiding from a priest's hole and believed the year to be 1643. Tolo rescues Tegan from the barn and they return to the TARDIS. There is a sparkly projection on one of the walls. Meanwhile, the Doctor and Will investigate the church. Tegan and Tolo leave the TARDIS and are recaptured. Tolo is locked in the building with Varney. Willow forced Tegan to change into a 17th century costume. She is to be the Queen of the Merry. The Doctor and Will find a secret passage to Ben Wolseley's living room. Under a slab marked with a picture of a creature wall that Will identify as the Mauls. Coming the other way through the passage, the Doctor and Will meet up with Hampton, who has found the passage other and after being locked in the Colonel Wolseley's office. They avoid Hutchison, who has followed Jane down the passage, and the Doctor finds a small ball of metal. The Doctor identified as a metal Tanadic, a metal mined by the Terpentilians, like a fish planet, on the planet Ragan, for almost a consecutive use of the people of Holocaust, a planet of the star system Rapha, where psychic energy is forced to be harnessed. Returning to the church, the Doctor and Hampton are astonished when a massive falling alien face pushed through the crack of the wall. The creature rose and spews the smoke. They escape from the psychic projection of the Cavalier and return to the house via the tunnel. The Doctor realized that the mouse in the church was discovered by Varney and Hutchison. The latter tried to explore the creature, but is used him by organizing the war games. But the psychic energy released by the nuclear game has fed the mollusk. The Doctor and Jane try to persuade Hutchison to stop the game. The final battle will be for real. He refused and ordered Wolseley to kill the Doctor. Once Hutchison leaves, Wolseley joins force with the Doctor. The Queen of the May is taken in a horse-drawn cart to the village green, where she is to be burned. Hutchison suddenly noticed that the Queen is not Tegan, but a straw dummy has been put in her place by Wolseley. Hutchison becomes angry and orders his men to kill Wolseley and the others. Will appears in the nick of time and used a flame torch to cause a distraction. This allowed the Doctor, Hampton, Wolseley, and Tegan to escape to the TARDIS. The Doctor locks in the signal conversion unit on a frequency on the psychic energy feeding the mollusk, hoping will direct Willow and a trooper try to vain to break their way into the TARDIS, and Turlough and Varney knock them unconscious with a lump of mazzolery. The Doctor blocks the energy and the projector of the mollusk in the TARDIS. Dies. The real mollusk is desperately trying to drain all psychic energy from the villager. He creates a corporeal projector, a free round heads who are trying to kill the Doctor and his ally. However, the dazzled and confused trooper stumbles the TARDIS into the main church and becomes surrounded by the Roundhead, who deprecated him, then vanish. Hutchison arrives and holds them all at gunpoint. When the Doctor tries to talk with Hutchison out of the thrall of the mollusk, Willow attacks the group in a suffers. Will push Hutchison into the mouth of the maw, destroying its medium. Realize it has failed. The mollusk prepared to destroy itself and everything around it. The church began to collapse, and the Doctor leads the others, including Willow, into the safety of the TARDIS. Inside the TARDIS, the Doctor's companions are surprised to see Will still among them. The Doctor explained he must have been wrong with his assumption that Will was a psychic projector. The mollusk has been created a temporary rift which allowed Will to slip into the future. The Doctor will take Will back to 1643. Tegan objects to ask the Doctor to allow some time to visit her grandfather. The Doctor is disgruntled, but he is pursued to stay in a little hobcom for a while for a rest. Yup, this is a great episode. I really love it. And it's fantastic, as you may notice. Let's take a look over here. Here we have some still pictures from the movie. On the DVD extras, we have audio commentary by Michael Owen Morris and script editor Eric Soward, moderated by Toby Haddock. Return to the Little Hogcomb, The Making of the Malice, Now and Then, From the Coloring Room Floor, The Golden Egg Award, PDF material, and so forth. Yep. I love the Golden Egg sketch. It is so funny. When Peter Davison was taken away by the Muscle Man, that is so funny. Yeah, I really believe it. It is fantastic. Fantastic story. And, anyway. Now, the master tape for episode 1 was found to have some scratch damage when the 1984 compilation version was being mastered. No protection copy was made. At the time, the original tape masters continued to deteriorate. The tape was checked in the early 1990s, and they found scratch damage to be far more illustrated has been in 1984. Unfortunately, the original film sequence were kept, and using these to compilation copies to representing Part 2. In 1997, the Doctor Who restoration team were able to repair the master copy. This was used for the VHS release. This was the final story to be considered a 2-part story for Peter Davison. Well, I hope you like it, but if you missed the 130th, if you haven't not yet voted for the 130th video special, well, here's your chance. Okay, now, for you guys at home, which of these DVDs will be number 1? Will it be The Secret Garden, Mars Attack, Doctor Who, The Hand of Fear, or Spy Kids 3D Game Over? Make sure to vote for the 130th video special. Make sure voting ends soon. Well, until we see you guys next time, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to follow me on Facebook. This is the new Time Travel Jaime 88 saying, so long.